Good day. Today we are going to be looking at nutrition for the teenager. Helping your child to eat well will definitely, especially when they are teenagers, they have a high metabolism. They can eat anything and avoid the consequences. So there's a temptation not to eat well, not to eat right. So you must train them, teach them how to eat. It will help them to grow into responsible people as adults. They will eat more responsibly when they are adults if you help them to eat well. Teenagers need a balanced diet, just like every other person, just like every other child. They need a balanced diet, but there are a few classes of food I would like to dwell on, a few nutrients I would like to dwell on that they particularly need as teenagers. The first one is calcium. Calcium, they are very active. Teenagers are very, very active. They need something that would help them to build bone density, bone strength as they grow, and so they need a lot of calcium. Calcium we know can be gotten from milk, so allow your teenager to take lots and lots of milk. They can also get it from cheese and butter. So they should take a lot of this. It will help them. Their calcium needs as teenagers are special, and so that's why I'm highlighting it. They should be apart from they need every other thing, but I listed just a few things that are special that they need that they should not be lacking of. And one of those things are calcium. They should not be lacking from milk. They should not be lacking cheese and butter. Please take note, butter and margarine are different. Butter is not margarine and margarine is not butter. I know in this part of the world, we use both names for products that are supposed to be two different products. Margarine is not what they need. You shouldn't even be giving any of your children margarine for any reason. But butter, yes, they can take butter. They need butter, not so much of it, but it will help them with their calcium needs. Then they need iron, a lot of iron, especially for to deal with iron deficiency from the females who are menstruating. They need iron in their diet. Especially the females should have a steady helping of iron in their diets. I'm going to list some foods that are common in this part of the world, in Nigeria, in Africa, that they can easily get their hands on, that are cheap, so that they can easily get this iron from these foods without having to go for supplements. They are the iron-rich foods are green leafy vegetables like pumpkin leaf, the one we call ugu, contains a lot of iron. Millet, fish, cashew nut, bitter leaf, locust bean, the one they call dawa dawa or iru. African pear, the one we normally use to eat boiled corn, the African pear, very rich in iron as well. Quail eggs, Furadinunu, the northerners are used to Furadinunu. It's also common in all parts of the country. It's very rich in iron. They need it. Liver and other organ meats, beef, pumpkin seeds, and cashews. So all these foods are listed are foods that are very easily available. They're very cheap. There are things that if you have a teenage daughter, not only the teenage daughter, but even the male children, your teenage son, it should be always be in their diet to help them, especially the females, to deal with the deficiencies that will be coming up from iron loss during menstruation. And fats are very tempting for teenagers to consume, usually because they don't have a lot of consequences. They're not like adults. An adult who eats fat will probably see the results in a week's time, or so it seems. But teenagers are active, but that doesn't mean they should be allowed to take saturated fats. Example of saturated fats is margarine. things like margarine, fatty parts of beef, so all those things should be avoided. Too many fried foods. But if they must eat fried foods, then they must go for unsaturated fats, saturated oils they use, unsaturated oils they use to fry this. Like olive oil. Olive oil is very, very good. Soya bean oil is very, very good too for cooking. In this part of the world, we are used to using olive oil for spiritual things. But the truth is that olive oil is very edible, it's good for food. That the genuine olive oil, anyway, some of what they sell as olive oil is actually bleached palm oil that they sell as olive oil. But if you can find original olive oil, it's very one of the most healthy oils you can have. Then groundnut oil. I'm not talking about the one we regularly call groundnut oil, which is actually bleached palm oil. But there's a particular oil that is gotten from groundnuts. It actually smells a lot like groundnuts. It's very healthy, very healthy. And oil from fish, like the kind of oil you get from mackerel. Mackerel is the one we commonly call scumbia. Such oils are good for teenagers to take. So as a parent, you could do your own research, find out what oils you should not be giving your child. Then protein, lastly, they need protein. They are building a lot of muscle mass, especially the men, the boys. They are building a lot of muscle mass, and the girls too, of course. So they need a lot of protein. We know where we can get proteins from. Mushrooms. Mushrooms have a lot of proteins. Eggs, soya beans, granite, akara, other forms of beans, and also locust beans. A lot of protein from there. Um, let's be reminded that these um, foods are not exclusive. They shouldn't be eaten alone without other things. A child, a teenager should always have a balanced diet. But I just highlighted these ones because they are what teenagers especially need, and so that we should be careful what we feed them with. It will help them to grow well. Once again, I'd like to remind us if my videos are helping you, please do well to share. There may be parents somewhere out there who also need the training and the building up for their own children. Please share the videos, subscribe so that whenever I drop a video, you will get a notification and be able to join me. Remember to share the videos. And till next time, thank you.